Questions?
Kevin, how do you explain this one? What did you see was the biggest issue today?
I think that we were extremely inconsistent across the board. But Mississippi State had a lot to do with that. I thought that they took advantage of the opportunities that they had. The turnovers were big, but Dak Prescott was extremely efficient in his handling and how he played running the ball. They made some plays on the perimeter in the tight coverage, and some back shoulder throws were near perfect. He's played like he played today, like he's played all year, like one of the best players in the country. And we weren't able to match that today as a team.
Counted like 15 balls, I think, that hit a hand or hit hands by your receivers. How do you explain 15 drops?
I don't know. It's just I guess it's one of those days. We've got it's obvious without it doesn't take a coach to see that Malcolm Kennedy is a pretty important player for us. Not just from a playing standpoint, but maybe a leadership role too on the field. We certainly missed him today. But that being said, as I said in the locker room, we're in the middle of the season, and in this league, nobody's 100%. Everybody's got certain guys in or out, and the challenge is to prepare. For your opportunity and make the most out of it and be consistent. And for whatever reason, it wasn't just those guys. And we cut some people loose up front, blocking wise. We made some mistakes, special teams wise, defense, and they took advantage of it. Like I said, we didn't play very well, but Mississippi State had a lot to do with that. I think there's a reason why. That they're playing at a high level, and the last couple of weeks, I think you've seen what they're capable of. That's a good football team with a quarterback that's playing as well as anybody in the country.
When did you know that Malcolm wouldn't be able to go? He went through warm-ups.
I pretty much knew yesterday. I think he tried today, but I thought that there was probably little or no chance. He wanted to go try it during warm-ups, and he still wanted to play. It was a strength issue that we pulled him, and we were more concerned about his safety, overall safety, than playing him in this game.
Kevin, did you ever sense that your guys just lost their composure in the atmosphere or whatever?
Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think this team's like that. You look back and say, were you ready to play? Well, we got the ball, went right down the field. And, it was a football game early, 7-7, 14-7, whatever it was, So it was a situation where we couldn't answer. And it gets back to the same thing I talk about all the time. Third down situations dictated the story. I think, what were we? We were 5 of 17. They were 5 of 11. So they're almost 50%. We were, 30-something, 20-something percent. That's uncharacteristically low for us. That's a combination of a lot of things. Like you said, there's drops, there's pressures, and if that wasn't the case, then they were playing good defense too. So, you'd like to say, we didn't play very well, but I think that's pretty short-sighted to say that that's part of it. But I think Mississippi State played well too, and I think that from my standpoint, from our standpoint, you need to give them credit because they outplayed us today, and that was the story of the day.
How do you get that crispness, that efficiency back on offense, though?
I think it'll help being back home. That's one way to start. Number two, you got to have guys that are, the tough part is practicing, getting guys to practice. We've had a number of guys in the last couple weeks that some didn't play today, and some played today that didn't really practice all week. And it forces some other guys into roles that they're not used to. So, what we can't do is let today affect the rest of the season. I think what we talked about in there was, I know what I talked about was that the key is not to have this affect not only next week but the rest of the season. We've got a long way to go and a lot of football to play. You know, we've got some things that we can fix, but I think it shows the importance of guys who are in backup roles and their preparation and understanding the sense of urgency that they have to have when you know we have situations like this, because that's going to happen. I mean, that's the way it is in this league. Nobody's going to go through. You hope you go through the league through 12 games without injuries, but that's not going to happen. So.
What was the thought process on going for it on 4th down in the first quarter? Just looking is that more confidence in your offense or
what was it, 4th and 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you watch us play much? I mean, it was early in the game. It was 4th and 1. You know, we didn't get that. We didn't get 4th and 5 either later in the game. So, you know.
Brad, can I ask one?
Yeah.
It didn't seem like your halftime adjustments really took effect. I mean, the defense gave you guys the ball back a couple of times, but you just really weren't able to move it much.
That's correct, particularly on 3rd down. We weren't able to, you know, like I said, there was a combination of a lot of things, you know, whether it was, you know, a drop or a pressure. You know, it was, like I said, you get Mississippi State credit. I mean, they had a great plan. They did a nice job. The players executed it, and they were the better team today.
Thanks.